I was still talking security. The Nigerian Navy Forward Operating Base for Mosul has paraded weapons, and that's 10 weapons, and arrested 2 suspects following a successful operation at a hideout used by sea robbers in Bras local government area of Bayelsa State. A senior reporter Joseph Kunde has details.
Flagged off by the Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala, on the 30th of December 2024, Operation Delta Sanity 2 aims to build on the successes of Operation Delta Sanity in combating crude oil theft and other forms of criminal activity in the maritime environment. In line with these objectives, the personnel of the Nigerian Navy Forward Operating Base for Mosul successfully engaged in a gun battle against sea robbers at a remote location in Bras. This operation resulted in the arrest of 2 suspects and the recovery of 10 assorted weapons, magazines, and other equipment.
You will recall that the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala, Admiralty Medal, flagged off Operation Delta Sanity 2 on 30th December 2024 in continuation of the mandate of Operation Delta Sanity. And I'm glad to state this morning that following credible intelligence, Forward Operating Base for Mosul planned and launched a dawn attack at a pirates of the sea robbers camp at Fununu in Bras local government area of Bayelsa State on 11th January 2025. Prior to accessing the camp on the day of the assault operation, we had an exchange of fire for over 30 minutes with the criminals before they succumbed to our superior firepower and took to their heels. These are the 5 pump-action guns.
The displayed items include an AK-56 assault rifle, 5 pump-action shotguns, a foreign double-barrel gun, 3 locally fabricated firearms, a chainsaw, and numerous rounds of ammunition.
I want to also use this opportunity to warn other pirates, sea robbers, kidnappers, crude oil thieves, and other criminal elements operating within Nigeria's maritime environment to desist from their acts of criminality, as the Nigerian Navy is poised to deal with them ruthlessly.
The Navy now focuses on locating and apprehending other members of the gang its national areas. Joseph Kunde, TVC News, Bras.
Now, for more on this development, senior reporter Joseph Kunde joins me on the news. Joseph, the Nigerian Navy seems to have its hands full in terms of fighting crime in the Niger Delta region. What more can you tell us about this particular operation?
Now, the Navy is taking it away from the ceremonial areas that you would actually think of. Now, this particular one that happened in Bras happens to be on seafarers. Now, there are a number of routes in the creeks whereby people tend to go around with their businesses. So what this suspects does is that they tend to harass them. And we have a number of fishing camps as well, where fishermen will have to spend a couple of days or thereabouts, where they actually have to do their fishing there before they'll carry these things and then come to the markets. So what this person does is that they will go over there, harass them. If you can see, they even have POS machines where they would have to take money from them. And also the people have been living in terror for a long time. So when the information got to the Navy, they said, yes, let's take it up. And they went there, combed virtually everywhere before they were able to get this persons. Now, the beauty of the whole thing is that they have actually placed a 3 million naira bounty on the major suspect of this harassment, talking about on the seafarers. They're talking about a 3 million naira bounty by the Nigerian Navy on one Mr. Sunday Godslaw. They have said that that man is the man they are actually gunning after. So this person that they have actually caught, yes, it is going to curl down. In fact, when I went around the community, I have seen that it is obvious that normalcy has returned because of the fear that they used to have in terms of when those men come around asking for money and taking things from them that they didn't actually work for. So it has been a very massive one coming through from the Navy, and of course another plus for the Nigerian Navy in terms of Operation Sanity coming through.
And Joseph, just generally assessing the efforts of the Nigerian Navy in the Niger Delta region, how successful would you say that those efforts are, especially when it comes to crude oil theft?
Fantastic, I must say, Precious, because First off, remember towards the end of last year, they came about with a target of over 1.5 million barrels per day oil production to be achieved. And they didn't just stop there. They went ahead to make it 1.8. They didn't stop there. Now they even said that they want to go over to about 2 points. And of course, beyond that, that's what they're looking forward to. And it has been a massive reaction coming through. And talking about from Moso, where this one actually took place, to other ones around it, NNS Soro, NNS Delta, NNS Pathfinder, all of them in the Niger Delta, they have been really, really working to ensuring that they bring oil theft to a standstill. And the Navy has, in fact, they even went ahead going to launching drone operations as well, because like I said earlier, if you look at the creeks, the topography of the Niger Delta tells you that sometimes you might not be able to see everything when you're down there. You need to also look at it from up there, and that's what exactly they are doing. So they are combining forces together in ensuring that they are able to get more relief coming through. And let's also give it up to the community folks as well. Gone are the days whereby you go to the creeks and then you'll be asking questions, nobody will answer you, but they have seen the pain and they are really in need of help. That's why when you ask them questions, they can tell you this is this and that is that. And that, of course, I'm not surprised when the Navy came out and said that there's going to be a bounty of 3 million naira on that major suspect because of what they believe that they can be able to arrest him.
And what would you say is the level of collaboration between the Nigerian Navy and the Tantita, who have also been, contracted by the federal government, especially the previous administration, to also, fight crude oil theft in that region as well?
It has been fantastic, sincerely. Although initially there was a little bit of a misunderstanding in terms of workability, but that has long been put to bed. What we see now is a serious collaboration where we have security agencies and, of course, the surveillance agency as well, fusing together ideas and information so that you don't come and see where somebody, a vessel that's been arrested, you now see a naval officer on it, or probably you now see a vice versa where you see a Tantita operative on those vessels. Those stories are long gone. What we are seeing is a new workability coming through from the Tantita security surveillance and, of course, the Nigerian Navy. Not forgetting as well, we also have the JTF and, of course, the NSCDC team. They are all working together. But I would always say that because the bulk stops in front of at the decks of the Navy, so it looks as though they are the ones that's really calling the shot. But let's not forget that we also have the JTF talking about the Joint Task Force, and that's why it has been a massive plus coming through. And really, I believe that what Mele Kyari said in terms of the production of oil coming through, it's going to be high in this January, I believe.
Thank you so much, Joseph, for that update and just the analysis of things going on in Niger Delta region. Our senior reporter, Joseph Kunde, live for us in Bayelsa State.